hope everybody is getting off to a great start. It has been definitely quite busy, got a lot going on. This is a year where I plan on really stretching myself to be an impact, to be influential, to be a catalyst of change, and to elevate my family. So I am going to be going all out. With that in mind, I want to remind everybody that we are still in the midst of a targeted fundraiser specifically for the Black Men Lead Rite of Passage Initiative. We are still attempting to create a national network through which we can implement a universal rite of passage to integrate and socialize young black males into black manhood. It is immensely important that they are socialized. The proper socialization of young black males reduces the proclivity for violence, for criminality, for waywardness, reduces the risk of dropping out of high school before earning their diploma, which reduces their risk of being incarcerated. With everything that's going on in the community right now, this is something that we definitely need. I will continue to push and continue to ask for support. Something else that we did with the Black Men Lead Rite of Passage Initiative, which is simply a rite of passage. It's much more, actually. A rite of passage will get a young man to age 12 or 13 where he graduates into his process of going into a manhood, with whatever the rite of passage celebration is with Jews, it's bar mitzvahs, and there are other things. But we move forward that we literally work with young black males up to the age of 30 in the program. We want to give them all the support they need. And while we have always made mental health an active part or component of our processes, we have now started mental health in black manhood, which is a unique approach to dealing with mental health, and specifically integrating it into the manner in which we operate and deal with young black males across the country. And we want to make ourselves available. We are planning on creating a safe space for black men to decompress, a safe space for black men to emote, a safe space for black men to admit their vulnerability, talk about their feelings of inadequacy at times, a lot of things that are overwhelming, but definitely to deal with things like this depression, dissociative disorders, and other things that stay lurking in the background, undiagnosed and untreated, because black men don't feel comfortable with admitting they have problems because of how they're handled, treated, and labeled. We're going all out with this. This is going to be another part of Black Men Lead that gets a lot of attention, because I want black men to get the help they deserve, the help they need, the help their families need them to get. And we're seeing too many instances of suicide. We're seeing far too many instances of mental health crisis where police are being called out and end up killing young black men who are having a mental health crisis. So we need to also train family members how to deal and cope with someone who may have a form of mental illness. We must be very cognizant of the fact that having a mental illness is not something to look down upon. Many of us struggle with it and we just don't know we have it. It can be, you can live with it, you can thrive with it, you can excel with it, and it shouldn't be viewed as something dark. It should be viewed as something that we face. We need to create that space, and so it's been on my heart for a while, and obviously it takes resources, so I've been sitting on it. But the recent suicide death of Ian Alexander Jr., which is the son of Regina King, and two other 26-year-olds, a friend of a family, I'm not going to say his name because they may want to be private, also a fellow alumni, Cameron Burrell, who happens to be the son, who was a world class sprinter in his own right, but the son of Olympic legend Leroy Burrell and the godson of Olympic legend and sprint legend Carl Lewis, committed suicide back in August. And unfortunately, those aren't exceptions. Those aren't anomalies. Those aren't one-offs. Those are simply magnified or amplified realities because of who they were. People became aware of what was going on. We're dealing with this in our communities far too often. And so it's a time now that we need to face this. I've been talking about it. If you go back and you look, I've written about it in at least 4 books. I've talked about it in probably several hundred videos. It's not a new issue with me. It's one of the most torturing realities that I confront because I deal with it every day. I deal with it literally every day. There's someone I'm dealing with that is suffering from mental health. Far too many of them are young black males. So we are going to move forward with this. We are not going to sit around and wait on resources. We're not going to sit around and wait. If you've got someone that needs help, get them to us. If you are someone that needs help, reach out. We are going to find a way to make this work because it's absolutely imperative that we do. On the flip side of that, if you believe in the work we do, if you believe in the need of programs that facilitate the development, the growth, the empowerment of black men, as well as to support the mental health of black men, support the work we're doing because we have the answers. This isn't some half-baked, scoped idea. We have put in the work. We have done literally years of research. We have developed and implemented programs that have worked, and it's time to scale those programs out. It's time to provide a solution to so many things that I see in our community that are treatable, but they're not getting the attention they need. We complain well. We are professional, well-skilled complainers. But when it comes to action, when it comes to facing the world and doing the things we need to do, we're not measuring up. We're not doing the things that are required of us. So I am calling on you to support the work we do. I'm calling on you to be a part of the solution. One thing that I promised is that anyone who donates at least $100 will get a free Black Men Lead hoodie. We're getting those back in this week, and they will be going out. When you donate, just tell us what size you want, and we'll get you out. We're also working on new colors. But again, we've got to be careful how we manage that. But anyway, we are at a place where we're going to have to start being real with ourselves. We're going to have to start understanding the magnitude of what we're dealing with. And we are going to have to lose this propensity towards casual assessment and casual engagement as if nothing is really that serious. We are finding ourselves rapidly descending into an abyss of no return because we won't address issues that are within the reach of our power to change them. It's too easy for us to complain than it is it's far more easy for us to complain than it is for us to become actively involved and invested in seeing change and protecting our youth and protecting our communities. And so once again, I'm going to challenge you to support the work we do, to become actively engaged in being a part of change. Change isn't something you wish for. Change isn't something you pray for. Change is a result of someone taking intentional and deliberate action. I'm challenging you to be a part of that. On that note, I'm checking out of here. I hope everybody is having a great day. I'll hopefully get back in front of you before the day is over, but I had to drop this on you. If you want to sort of see what's going on with the Black Men Lead Project, the link is going to be in there. You can see, but we have added mental health, mental health and Black manhood, and it is meant to cover and deal with and engage any type of mental health issues, emotional issues, overwhelming issues that men are being overwhelmed and stressed with. Black men are being overwhelmed and stressed with, and we want them to be able to take advantage of it. So with all that being said, I'm gonna get out of here. Thanks in advance for the support, and you guys have an unbelievable day. Station.